What is happening, traders? Welcome back to another video, and I hope you have had an awesome week. Let's get into this market update. So currently we can see that I am long on the pound NSD, and I am long inside a weekly area of supply. Let's see why I would even think about doing some madness like this. So currently we can see that the market entered it here around the 1st of October, and we got our first really big push out of there. Then the market entered it again on the 14th of October, went deeper into this area of supply, pushed out, push not so large this time, and then the market came into here again. And if there are orders in here, which I highly doubt it right now, they are depleted as the market has gone really deep into this area of supply. And let's drop down to the daily, and we can see that in this sequence of candles, as it pushed into this area of supply, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, and a higher low. And if we just zoom out, we can clearly see that this market is in an uptrend right now. Okay, so seeing that and basing my assumptions on that we're currently in an uptrend, this area has been depleted, and there could potentially be a push through to the monthly area of supply up above, I decided to place a few trades. Now let's take a look at this. There are a few daily demand zones here, right? We have one here, which obviously is my event one, and we've got two just below. We've got this one here. So if this one failed, I would be looking to get into to see what the market, see if I could play the event chain in this area of daily demand. And this one just below, we can see has completely been depleted as the market swung back into there all the way to the very bottom and then moved out. The reason why I'll be focusing on this one is the second one. If the other one didn't work, we have a level test here as the market moved in and then decided to push out. Right, this is a level test. The market coming into here is our entry. Sometimes the level test you can get a really good push out, but that push won't last depending on how strong the momentum is, and there will be a swing back down for the actual entry to take the market to whatever side that it's currently going in. So let's dive into this. I know this is a little bit messy at the moment, so we'll clear a few things up. So as the market pushed back, now again, you know, this trade is a struggle with two things, because number one, we're in an area of weekly supply, and not only that, we have a daily event break, all right here, and not only that, we have an area that we could actually use as our event one to take some shorts from. All right, so, you know, there's multiple factors working against me, and yes, I've taken some profits off so far, and we can see the market is kind of like being shaky at the minute, but nonetheless, this is the direction I decided to go in. So let's drop down to the H1 chart and see what actually happened here. As you can see, I've got two positions here, so let's deal with this one straight away. So number one, we can see as the market came into this area of daily demand, we have our first initial event break area up here, right? We've got friction. Then the market came down into this area here, and we've got another area of friction again that it broke out of. So as the market came down here, me wanting to get into the market as soon as humanly possible, I decided to go with a 5-minute trigger event and a 5-minute event break. But you've always got to remember, guys, if you're taking 5 or 15-minute event breaks, which I really don't recommend, but it does allow you to get into the trade super early, depending if you can find them, then you always have to watch out for the H1 event break above, because if it doesn't break that H1 event break, then it could potentially come back down and take you out. So in doing that, make sure you move your stops to break even as quick as humanly possible without getting yourself taken out unnecessarily, of course. So as we can see here, let's just zoom in. We then have the market dipped into here. We can see clearly we've got a lovely 5-minute event break area. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, friction, perfect. Market moves out. Doesn't break the first H1 event break area, but no, sorry, it does break the first H1 event break area, then goes into the second, comes back out, and then it comes here nicely and then pushes out. And as I always tell you guys, with 5-minute event break areas, they always get filled to the brim. So make sure you give yourself some breathing room, because you don't want to get taken out and then see the market move in your direction. That is frustrating as hell. So the market has moved into here and then moved out of there nicely. Let's just bring this back over again. Okay, so that was the first trade on the pound NSD, and obviously I had to watch it, make sure that both, number one, this one broke first, then this one broke, which was the main event break area, and as you can see, you know, the market started moving nicely. Now, today we had some news came out, and we had this lovely move down into this rally base rally here. Now, you know, on other occasions, you know, I would not be looking for a rally to take a position at a rally base rally, but at the end of the day, we can see that currently daily demand is in control as we moved up, made some new highs on the H1 chart, and the market dipping back into here was just another opportunity to add another trade, which I did. And again, I think this happened on the 5-minute, or it may have been naughty, but I will show you guys anyway. All right, so this one was a little bit naughty, guys. So, you know, seeing this, obviously you can see I was like super early, right? Super early. Reason why I was super early, because I actually went, I don't know what I was thinking. I actually went down to the 1-minute chart. As you can see, if I didn't go down to the 1-minute chart, it still would have been fine, because there is a lovely area of demand right here in the 5-minute chart that we could have used to get pushed out. But me, I don't know what I was thinking. I went down to the 1 minute for like super early entries. Why does that do that? That is so annoying. Let's just get that. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. So let's zoom into this. So here is the 1-minute event break area. We can see we've got some friction. It came back down, produced a basing area, and then moved out. I just took a larger area here, and as you can see, the market moved perfectly into this drop base rally area and then proceeded to move out, right? And that risk, I think, was only about 10-12 pips or something like that. Nothing major. Let's go to the H1. So that was my second entry, which was kind of cool. That worked out very well. It worked out nicely. Now, both of these trades are currently I've taken partial profits off, and both of them are at their respective break-even areas. Let's move that back over there. So I think I took partial profits just as it broke out of this area for the first one, and then this. So this one's sitting now even at around 177 pips. And then this one is sitting at around 78 pips. Now, whatever happens here is whatever happens. I'm just going to leave this and see what happens. It could break down, take me out this evening before market close, or it could, you know, hold out and then take me out with a massive gap on Monday. God knows. But nonetheless, I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. So let's move on to the next market. All right, so here we are on the pound yen, guys, and as we can see, again, we are clearly in an uptrend with higher highs, higher lows, higher high, and a higher low, again into another rally base rally. You know, as I said, these are not really great in any way. If you've got some really good momentum to the upside, rally-based rallies can work. But what happens is that you may take a rally-based rally and sometimes they get broken through and then they continue to the upside. But I am trying here to hopefully getting on the beginning of a really incredible move if my assumption plays out, and take this for all I can, like the euro where I just ripped for 500 and I think 50 something pips. So let's just dive into this and see what is happening on the H1 chart. So let's just move this away for a second. I think I did something very similar here as well. Yeah, I did something very similar here as well. I think I went down to the 1 minute again, really trying to get those trades on them really early. As you can see here, well, basically I marked off the 5-minute event break area first, right? As we can see here, market came in, then I went down to the 1 minute chart to really get an early start on this. As you can see, the market broke, and then I took this level, which was the 1 minute area, and I took the level below, so I took the whole area. As you can see, the market broke through here, like, really strongly, then came back down into this area, triggered me, and since then, we've made a nice move up, but then we've come back down again also as well. So where this market is going currently, I don't know. We're just going to have to be patient and wait and see what actually happens here. But, market went up. I don't think I've even taken anything off this at the moment. Obviously stops are at break even. So, just going to have to be patient, see what happens here. It may take me out, but there may be some other opportunities, or the market may continue to the downside as well. But nonetheless, if this entry works out nicely, then I really won't have to worry about anything. I'll just be looking to add positions to the pound yen. So really simple stuff, guys. So again, let me was there anything else that happened with this pair actually? Yes. No, I don't think there was. No, nothing at all. No, so that's that for the pound yen, guys. I don't usually do 1 minute event breaks at all. I just thought if I can get on something really early before the news pops, then, hopefully I'll be out of the way of all the toing and froing and the ups and downs, and then the market continued to do it. But the news came out today and really didn't do much at all. So it was really unnecessary, and it's not something I'm going to be continuing to do every single time. Mainly using that H1 event break, and if I do, maybe using like a 5-minute or a 15-minute event break, depending on how early I want to get into a particular trade. So let's move on to the next market. Okay guys, so here we are on the Euro USD, and what a fucking ride. So I took this I come out at 549 pips. Absolutely stunning trade on the Euro USD. Absolutely stunning. Best trade of the year so far, but hopefully there'll be one of those like 800 to 1500 pips coming up sometime soon. If that pound yen rocks, we'll definitely see something like that out of that. So again, at the moment, we are in a downtrend. When it came, we've got a higher low, lower low, higher low, lower high, sorry, and then we've got a lower low. Went into this area of white space, as and then the market proceeded to come out of here, and then it has closed nicely above this recent high. But and as you can see, it broke this area of weekly supply. But really, this market, this market had what, like 1 day in the red, and I just think to myself, this has some potential to turn. So what I will be expecting, I'll be looking for H1 event break areas at the moment and see what happens. As you can see, I'll be marking this area off here and see if we get some friction here. And then actually, let me just take this away because this is all done now. So I'll mark this off here now. break. Let me use this as a trigger event. So that will alert me if that gets broken. And I'll look to see what the area above looks like. As you can see, it's looking kind of nice with this bearish engulfing here. But, you know, really on a Friday evening, doubt it will happen, to be honest with you. So yeah, I mean, we've got a really nice move up. It's closed above this most recent high. It could potentially next week move into this area of weekly supply, which is further up as it broke the previous one and then come down. But I mean, many things could happen here, but we could still be in a downtrend, right? I mean, we've got a lot of traders who are in this trade right now to the upside, and it's had virtually no retracements at all, apart from this little bit here coming into this area of supply over here on the dailies, but then push through there nicely. So what assumptions can we make now? If we have all of these traders in this move up here, then there's a lot of liquidity that the banks and institutions could take. So it could just drive the price all the way back down, make a lower low, gets too painful. All of these people that are still holding this trade will potentially close all of their positions and then think that we're potentially on another downward move as we can see that. But most people now would be seeing that we have broken this recent high. So potentially, I think there has to be some form of retracement coming up pretty soon. Where that retracement will come back to, God only knows. I don't think this will hold. I think personally that it will definitely come through this area. We may get some consolidation around here, and then the market could potentially move up to the upside, or it could just come down here all the way, take out all of these traders who are holding these positions, wait till it gets too painful, close them all off, and then we could get a move potentially all the way back to the upside. But you know, these are just a few assumptions that are going on in my head right now. But now would be a perfect time for the banks and institutions to get to start taking some profits off this trade, because no doubt there are a lot of traders moving that have been in this trade to the upside.